What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. And today we're going to be doing a little bit of an update video here on the Wagoneer S. This is the wife's 2024 Wagoneer S launch edition, the awesome new all-electric Jeeps that were kind of delayed production. And if you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, you know we've had some growing pains with this thing. And by growing pains, I mean the thing fails to start, it fails to shut off, it fails to accelerate, it will reduce power while driving, while you're merging into the highway, all kind of things you don't want a vehicle to do when you need to get out of the way of the semi that is coming up on the highway in front of you. And again, like I said, we had a lot of issues, and I've expressed my, concern and, unhappiness here on the channel with previous repairs or previous repair attempts with 12-volt battery replacement and software updates, and all of those never really taking care of the issue. But in my heart, I always knew it's just a software issue. It was kind of unfortunate that Jeep did not get these software updates out before these things were launched. But again, that's the whole point here. So there was actually a big software update that finally came out on the Wagoneer S's and the Charger EVs. And now, yes, there's been a previous software update that came out, and I think I did a video on talking about that software update, but that didn't really fix our issue. We still had the vehicle failing to start, failing to shut off, doing stupid, ridiculous things that it shouldn't be doing. But finally, we've got the document, we've got the new software, and it actually came out July. And again, there's two different documents, there's two different software updates. One came out July 2nd and one came out July 10th. But if you're a current owner of a Wagoneer S or a Charger EV, one of these two documents should pertain to your vehicle. And if your vehicle has issues, you need to be taking it into the dealer for these software updates, because I've waited. Again, I did these right there at the beginning of July. I did all these software updates and haven't said a word on the channel. I haven't made an update video because I really wanted to confirm what the Jeep was doing or not doing. And here I am filming, what is today's date even? It is end of August. I had to run back and actually look at my phone to figure out what day it was, because I don't even know. It is August 28th. So we've had this thing again. I programmed or did the new software update beginning of July, and we're now end of August, and this thing has been 100% fixed. And I don't just mean, yeah, it only happened a few times now. No. It's been totally fine. We haven't had a single issue since the software updates. Now, I probably kind of need to specify on what issues I'm talking about on it not having, because we still have a lot of issues, but the issues pertaining to the vehicle starting, the vehicle shutting off, the vehicle driving down the road, all of those real important issues that we were having a lot of problems with, again, have been absolutely taken care of and have not had any of those issues pop up. Now, on the Wagoneer S group, everybody is very familiar with the lobster light and the turtle light. They're kind of infamous with the Wagoneer S and the Charger EVs. And again, we have not had either of those two issues. The lobster light is a red wrench. That is a service electric vehicle message. And the turtle light is literally a red turtle, letting you know the vehicle is in reduced power mode. Now, the software updates that I'm talking about very specifically talked about reduced power mode. Wrench lamp on the instrument cluster. They were absolutely addressing the service electric vehicle and the reduced power mode, which is kind of the big deal. Also, not able to move the vehicle out of park. Now, that was a symptom of the vehicle more or less needing a reset, which again, we've talked about on the channel, whether we're doing the soft reset or the hard reset. But again, software enhancements to fix all of that. And as of right now, we have not had a single issue with any of those happening. So yeah, it's kind of fixed. Now, that I said that, again, call your dealership, get in there so you can get your Wagoneer S, whether it be a 24 or a 25, they should all have software updates. And also, like I said, the Charger EVs, whether that's the RT Stage 1 or your Scat Pack Stage 2, those are also going to have very similar software update service bulletins to fix those problematic electric vehicle issues. So what's left? Is the thing perfect now? Do we not have any more issues? Oh God, no. We still have quite a bit of issues. Fortunately or unfortunately, they're all now just interior creature comfort issues, features, operation of interior stuff. Now, the big three for us right now, and one of them is kind of a big deal, which is kind of important, is the passive entry. Passive entry since the launch of the Wagoneer S has been real hit and miss. There's a lot of owners that have talked about on the Facebook group that, again, man, my passive entry hasn't ever worked. I've had it at the dealer multiple times. They'll reset things. It'll work for a while, then it doesn't. And that's kind of what we found on ours. Intermittently, the passive entry button does absolutely nothing. You need to physically pull the key out of your pocket, lock it, and then it works. And yeah, that's not a big deal, but if you're someone that carries a key in their bag, in their backpack, in their purse, and it's not easily accessible, that's kind of why passive entry is a thing, and it's kind of important. So something that is still an ongoing issue. Currently, there's, again, no software updates to fix that at this point. I've reset this thing multiple times, and it will work for a little while until it doesn't, but then the next time you go out to it, it works fine. So again, passive entry, kind of a big thing, Jeep, if you're watching, which you normally are because I hear about it if I say mean things. If we could get the passive entry fixed, that would be great. I'd appreciate it. The wife would appreciate it. All your owners would appreciate it. Now, the next annoying thing on a Wagoneer S is not the fact that we've got a bunch of cool screens, but the fact that our lower screen, that is below the radio, that is the movable screen with the cubby hole behind it, that thing gets stuck on dim like all the time. At this point, the wife doesn't even look down at that screen. She knows where the buttons are for the massage seats, and she just hits them blindly on the screen. But the only way I know to fix that at this point is to reach over to the headlamp buttons, turn the headlights on and off or off and back on, and then it re-brightens that lower screen. But kind of annoying that we've got to be doing that still. And again, that's just a software issue. If we could get a software update for that too, Jeep, that would be really cool. Now, last but not least is kind of a goofy thing, and it is, again, very intermittent. That is our rear power liftgate way back here. Intermittently, you could just walk by the vehicle, walk behind it in the garage, walk behind it at a store, and the power liftgate just opens by itself. Yes, these do have the hands-free power liftgate, which you can, put your foot, put your leg up under the bumper to get the rear bumper, or excuse me, liftgate to open. But half the time that doesn't work. And then you'll walk by the vehicle and have the liftgate open. So it's, what's going on, guys? We need, again, a software update up there on that power liftgate module to change the sensitivity, or at least make the thing work most of the time, or not most of the time, but it needs to make up its mind. So again, those are the three things that this is still having issues with. Now, as I'm standing here talking to you guys, the big software update that I'm talking about here, now, there are multiple service bulletins depending on which build date and which vehicle, whether it's a launch edition or the limited or a Charger Stage 1. So I'm not really there's no point in me telling you this service bulletin is a 08011025 because they're all going to be different. So it's not really worth referencing the bulletin to your dealer when you call or take it in, and just say, hey, I'm having the vehicle not start. I'm having it die while driving. I'm having a lot of bad things. I've heard there's a large software update that fixes it. That's kind of what we need to be saying to the dealer. But another thing that this software update has taken care of or changed for the most part is the front wheel disconnects. I'll occasionally get people coming into service with a Wagoneer S or a Charger saying, man, when I'm backing out of my driveway in the morning, the front end, there's a whole bunch of clicking and clunking and clattering from the front wheel area. And yes, that is, or at least was, very, very normal. Wagoneers and Chargers both have electronic front axle disconnect at the front hubs. That is a electronic hub that can disconnect the axle shaft for better fuel economy, better, I guess not fuel economy, better battery economy. What am I even talking about? It's an electric vehicle, but those were pretty loud and clunky. This software update has seemingly lessened the amount of noise out of those front axle disconnects. When the wife starts it and backs out of the driveway, I hear way less noise and clunking and clicking from those front axle disconnects. So kind of a cool byproduct of the software update is, again, that reduced noise from the front axle disconnect. So if you've never noticed that on yours, then who cares? It will be reduced. But if you have noticed that on your Charger or Wagoneer S, it'll probably be a little bit reduced. Now, yes, they still do it because it's an electronic hub that locks and unlocks. There's got to be some splines in there. It is a mechanical clunking thing, so it's still going to have some noise, but that does seem reduced. So guys, I think at this point, until we get some interior software updates and enhancements, it's kind of a good vehicle. It's what bad can I say about it? And again, that's what I've kind of said originally on the launch of Charger EVs and Wagoneer S is a little bit less. Charger EVs, every single reviewer was out there beating them and bashing them how horrible they are. I've driven a whole bunch and I don't even know what bad I can say about them. Sure, you'd want longer range, but that's any EV. Why would we not all want 500 miles of range per charge? And sure, wouldn't you rather have every EV be cheaper? So I don't even know what bad I can say about a Wagoneer S or Charger EV now that all of these software updates are out. So if you've been on the fence about a Wagoneer S or a Charger EV, again, there's nothing negative now to say, oh my gosh, no, steer clear, they're horrible. I don't know. They're really good now. Again, you need to understand you're going to have some interior software glitches and things like that until those software updates come out to correct those. But until then, guys, we're going to keep driving ours. This is a 24 launch edition that has a little over 8,000 miles already on it, and it's been good. Now, I'd still like to get this thing out to the drag strip, still like to get it on a dyno, but all those were kind of on hold because the vehicle was so temperamental and would act up almost every single drive cycle. Every time she'd drive it, she'd either see a service electric vehicle or reduced power mode message on the dash. So that kind of made the thing really hard to do anything with. But now that it's fixed, I can use it and have fun with it. So hopefully we'll be doing some more things with it here on the channel. But if not, you at least now know there is a software update that actually does something and hopefully will take care of a lot of the big issues on these two EVs from Mopar. So guys, thanks for coming out into the driveway on a very boring, me standing in front of the camera talking about a piece of paper, but it's kind of important if you are an owner or a prospective owner on picking up your Wagoneer S or getting it fixed and Charger EV. So guys, thanks for coming out into the driveway here today and talking about electric vehicles, and that, yeah, instead of us mechanics fixing cars with parts, we're doing a whole lot of fixes with software updates and sitting at a computer clicking a mouse to start a software update. There is a lot more steps involved in doing software updates on these things because they're real finicky, but with a software update, it seems to be happy. So guys, again, thanks for coming out here today. And like always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.